You can see that you're leading me on, but it's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you. On my own, could I wander through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove? I'm too misty, ooh, and too much in love, so misty and too much in love. In love. Ooh. Look at me. So the thing that really made this key change happen was this particular night that we were performing. I sat on a note that Peter started to reharmonize around it. And it felt so good that it felt like that the song should modulate. And so that's what happened there. And then it just continued to happen. The conversation musically continued to happen.
Yeah, and you had, I remember, like it was yesterday, but it wasn't yesterday.
No.
But you, when you would sit, I kind of remember, so I think we got to.
Yeah.
It was, you got to hear, and then like, I knew you were gonna be holding it, so I was like, what is she gonna freak out? Yeah, and then you started to lead it, and then I'm like, what's she gonna do? I'm like, okay, we'll go to B, because now we're in B.
And then,
And we just got lucky on that one, as I recall. So now
because that's just what he played, so I needed to hear what he was doing. And these kind of accidents or possibilities happen every single night. And when you listen to each other, it can go on forever, and it's absolutely wonderful. But you have to listen to each other.
Yeah, what do you think the times when we don't exactly link up, but we make something else happen,
Right.
like, the kind of not the percentage, but, we're open to it every night, but we don't force it, I think. And I think you allow that freedom there.
Yeah, I allow the freedom, but also sometimes we don't quite make it, but we know where we want to go. So the other thing is you have to know where you're going. And, there will be a time when, we'll try something and, the audience may not know it, but we know that that was not exactly right, but actually we applaud ourselves because we got through it. So also it's about being able to continue on and keep moving without feeling like, oh, I did this thing right here and it destroyed the song. It didn't destroy the song. It was just an opportunity to try something new. It's like having a conversation and in the middle of the conversation saying a bad word, and you go, oh, excuse my French, and you keep on moving.
So when we got to then so we're B flat, then we're at B,
Yes.
and then I remember you slipped up there, so I was like, okay, I guess we're gonna keep going up, and then we're up at C.
Right.
had to choose something else. I was like,
Right.
maybe we'll do D flat. Why
Right.
not? We're going in that direction, you know. But it's something that we never talked about. But I do feel like because melodically, you were making the choices when you were going to diverge from the melody. So that's a bold statement there, right?
I was making, but you were listening, and sometimes, and it depended on how you were going to answer to the things that I changed, you know, because it could have been totally different,
Right.
and it still would have worked.
Right.
We just would have gone on with each other.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And then when we got to the last section, I think that this kind of just developed over a number of gigs because there was sometimes we just sort of ended there
Yeah.
in D flat, but then we
What-
developed that section or kind of vamping.
I'm so misty.
And we used to do.
And too much
Then we decided to do that.
in love.
And then we decided to, these were little steps I think we added.
In love.
And I think there's something that's great there too that you do in a number of situations. It would be wonderful for vocalists to put their own spin on it, and that is there's the extension, there was the vamp, then we kind of actually went back to B flat, and then still almost vamped a little bit, but there was a certain point where you made a decision, okay, now we're going, and I know sometimes it's just like a subtle hand motion or something that you do vocally, but then there's like the time, I mean, yeah, we hopefully will hear it together, and we usually do, but there's, now we're at the end.
Right. The beauty of all of these relationships that you make with other people is that remember that this music is a conversation. And the conversation has the ability to go anywhere. Depends on just how interesting it is to you.